Hey everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Mist, the place for quick news updates and questions to be answered about Mist of Pandaria. Now I'm going to cover a little bit of news before I go into the questions for this segment, and there's only a little bit of news between now and the previous episode, so let's go and cover it. Now the first one is about the reputation changes that went or are going to go into effect. We don't know exactly when, but they say soon. What will happen is whenever any single character reaches revered reputation with a faction, all other characters on your Battle.net account will begin to earn double reputation for the same faction. Your revered character will also earn double reputation as well while they work towards Exalted, so you'll be able to vastly speed up the time in which you're spending grinding out these reputations. This is a pretty cool change, I would say, because it does really reduce the amount you need. So it's going to really speed up alts and as well as mains, because no one likes grinding through reputations. I mean, I like the Klaxxi, but only Exalted. So switch on to the next piece of news I'm going to cover, and oddly, the only other piece of news I can cover, really, in the past few days, it was the weekend, guys, is patch 5.1 PTR is actually coming up pretty soon. The Pandaria War of Conquest is going to be heating up, where the Horde and Alliance are going to start going crazy. So beware and expect a lot of dailies over on Pandaria for that. The Brawlers Guild, which is pretty much solo instances, will really let Blood Death Knight shine. Pretty much, that's yeah. Pet battle improvements are going to go into play, with some UI and other improvements that are going to be added to the pet battle system, including a way to upgrade the rarity of pets, which will kind of make finding a random squirrel pretty cool. So item upgrades will go into play, where you're able to upgrade your items with valor points, which will be very nice, and also your Rathion quest will continue, which is great. But now let's switch on over to the Q&A section, where I have quite a few questions to answer this time. Okay, so this is the first question of this episode, and it comes in about gold. Now, some have seen in the beta videos where I had around 250,000. Right now I have a little under 70,000. Oop, hey, someone won that. Congratulations to them. Cool. But, you saw that I had a lot of money in the beta, and that was because you could copy over as many copies of your main as you want, and my main had about 125,000 at the time of copying them over. So I was able to accumulate 250,000 along with all the other stuff I did to get money in it, which pretty much was just leveling and stuff. So that's why I had so much in the beta. I did have around 190,000 at the start of this expansion. I bought a couple things, bought the yak and such, so now I'm down to around 70,000. I just spent a little bit of money to get some cooking mats, so that I can make just tons of banquets. Yes, tons of banquets. Yeah. But now I'm into farming those, but the question was, do I buy my gold, or how do I get it? Well, first off, I will never buy gold. Not because, I mean, not to mention, I'm not gonna risk my bank account or anything over I need some gold in World of Warcraft. It's not worth risking real life money over. Because think of it, that card that you use for them is pretty much compromised the moment you give them your information, so it's nowhere near worth it. I mean, you could buy a little prepaid card thing and use that. I'm not condoning gold buying at all, I'm just saying. I'm gonna end that sentence right there. But it's just not worth it, because the gold that you buy comes from hacked accounts. Any account that gets hacked and has all their money stolen, I've had it happen before, actually, And it sucked. It was actually like a day or so before my authenticator came in, so it was like I couldn't even do anything to order an authenticator. It was in the mail on its way towards me. So it was very irritating that day to hear that, but luckily I got all my stuff back. But all your money and stuff that gets taken when your account is hacked, it goes towards gold farmers, because they don't actually go and farm gold anymore. They just steal it. So anytime you buy gold, you're condoning and encouraging them to steal and to hack accounts more. So the less people who buy gold, the less that will happen. So I suggest never buying gold, ever. It's a really bad practice. And just, it's bad for everybody involved in WoW. I mean, obviously not for the gold farmers, but who cares about them, so. But I don't ever buy gold, I always farm it. If I ever need gold, I would rather spend a week and save up some mats and stuff and sell it all at the auction house and put a little bit of effort in compared to going and buying it or something. Or actually, I can usually barter my way into getting any materials I need, so. But if you want some quick tips based on where I am on getting some gold, farm these turtles over at the Windward Isle and you'll be able to get a lot of turtle meat, which right now on my server sells for about, I believe it's 250 to 300 gold each a stack. If you farm these really quickly, you can get a lot of turtle meat all at once. I mean, look at how many are in there. Look at, they're only 88s, 87s, 128k, 162k, really quick, really quick. Also, someone asked, to switch to the next question, the previous episode, how to get exalted with the Order of the Cloud Serpent and do that quickly. And while you see me flying around, I wasn't aware of this before, but there are Onyx Cloud Serpent mounts that you can, Onyx Cloud Serpent eggs that you can get, and that will help you out. Getting the rep egg gives you, it's pretty much like another wing egg. These ones do not sparkle, they're very hard to find unless you pretty much were 90 on like the first day and went and got them. But now you can't really get them. I mean, I've gotten none. People in my guild, since I was the first 90 and I wasn't aware of these, I've only known of one person in the guild to get any, and he got like 2 in one day, and I'm like, you bastard. But that's how you see people flying around in them already. I mean, I'm pretty well into Revered. I haven't even done the dailies for them today, besides the fishing, cooking, and first aid ones. But yeah, if you want to get exalted with them really quickly, try and find those eggs. They're scattered all around. You can quickly Google their positions. I don't know all of them. I just know some of them are on top of these, so I check now and then. Don't really get any. But let's switch on over to Half-Ill for the next question. Now, the next question was asked about the terrible turnip, and I believe it was iReallyCat? Yes. iReallyCat asked if he should sell or keep the terrible turnip pet that he recently acquired. And I would definitely suggest that you get rid of it. You sell it, because what he said is it's worth over 20,000 gold on his server right now. Yeah, go ahead and sell that, because you'll get another dime. I mean, as long as you keep up with your farm, just sort of, you'll be able to get it again. So it's more than worth getting rid of and just waiting to get it again for yourself. Because if, obviously, you take care of your farm if you got that guy, so you're going to be able to get him again. Trust me, it might take a little bit, so don't worry about that, but it's worth it. I mean, 20,000 gold, or a little companion pet that can't kill jack shit. So, yeah, I suggest going for the money on that part. I'm gonna switch on over to a couple. Oop, my guildie is getting ganked. But I'm gonna switch on over to a couple more questions before I finish this on off. So see you over in Dread Wastes. Now, some of the last questions I will answer in this episode is about the Klaxxi, and these guys are pretty awesome, and they have some hidden dailies, which I was aware of one, but didn't really realize it was hidden, quote unquote. but this one really is. Now this one is over when you have the quest over at the Terrace of Garthon, where you have to like kill the spiders, collect those tablets, like that tablet that you see over here, and so since you'll be around here, you might come across this and you might think, what's this? Well, if you see this, Warlord Garthon, Master of Beasts and Conqueror of Men, waits here. He waits for the earth to lay before him as beasts once did. He waits for the sun to kneel before him as men once did. Now you actually need 2 people to be able to activate this. Kneel. See? Waits for the sun to kneel before him. And now lay. Waits for the earth to lay before him. You actually need 2 people to activate that, so it's kind of a pain. But doing that will get you an extra daily where a mob will pop up and he'll just become killable, where you can get a little bit of extra rep if you are actually able to kill him. So it's a cool little thing for that. But also, other than that, there's not much you can do for the Klaxxi to speed up your rep gain. I mean, Dread Ambush Hearts, sort of, but not really. They're a pain, and you can only slowly get them. Now, the other question I had was, how do you open these cages where these guys are? And they didn't even specifically say what they were talking about, but I know exactly what they're talking about because of how this was bugged. And what happened on the first time that this showed up is a lot of druids would be flying, and they would be able to activate it from their flight form in the air, and that would bug them out, and you would not be able to actually break open those cages. So while those cages were all there, there was only, on my server, there was like only 3 that weren't broken, and we guarded them viciously from druids. I mean, any druid that got near, every like 1 or 2 minutes we were saying in a yell, and in general, druids, if you're going to activate the little bugs cages, make sure that you land, blah blah blah. But they were broken for that. I think they hotfixed it in general so that that doesn't happen, but you do just need to click on these to activate them. Sometimes they'll get broken, so you'll have to look around for one that can actually be clicked on. I don't have the dailies there today. The dailies that I would have would be over at the Terrace of Garthon today, so. Also, if you're doing the quest over here, there is the hidden daily, where if you notice that, there will be a giant Kachung over here. It's the matriarch. She's not up because, obviously I don't have the quest over here today, but you can pretty much just come over here, take her out. She has, I think, like 2 million health. Like, double one of the normal ones. Something like that. So it's kind of a pain, but hey, she doesn't hit very hard, so just take her out, get a little bit extra rep. But that is all for this episode of Beyond the Mists on the 8th of... oh god, I don't even want to say the month. This year has gone by so fast. But that's it for now. If you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to check out the other one if you missed out on a couple of the other questions that I answered. I'll be covering news and other questions that you have, so if you have any questions, leave them below or send them to daesvailaskbox@gmail.com. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.